out to the town. And I think it's pretty important that we are all on the same page
Right.
with the message, the look and feel, and the questions and answers that may be asked that need to be answered. And so I'm thinking while the fundraising committee is developing that, there will be probes to George and to anybody else that we need specific questions answered from Ed from the police. You know, there's questions we develop that we think are real important that should go out with this proposal. So, you know, it'll be going on with feelers out and getting information back from other people. I don't know that this group as a whole has to do anything with that now, but they certainly do when we have an architect on board. And, you know, we're back in the phase of what it's gonna look like, how much town input do you get on that, go out to the neighborhoods, you know, just like we did before. We had a model, it was pretty successful, and I think that's what this group needs to do. And the rest, once we get it, I'm sure we will be sharing the message with everybody, so we're all.
With one very critical caveat. After you hire the architect, we cannot spend town funds or town resources on the project. So if this committee is going to go out and do a roadshow or participate in a roadshow, you know, the town staff can't be paid to it.
The roadshow, we're not bringing you in any roadshow.
No. The model the model that we used where we went out into the communities and.
Well, then,
funded
okay, then I
the
think
project.
we're gonna have to be real creative. How do you involve the town to get a good sense that they are bought into this project and want a contemporary building versus a, you know.
No, and I agree with everything you said, perfectly fine. I'm just saying we have to be careful that we don't pay a staff member to attend or in fundraise or participate in the fundraising or.
Oh, don't worry.
Fundraising is separate.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
So
You just have to be
I don't see that as an
careful.
issue, because I'm not sure that we would really need to involve staff at, you know, in those neighborhood meetings at this stage, with the involvement in the visioning of bouncing ideas back and forth off of the residents of whether or not you want a contemporary building or
I would
a
hope
classic
the
building.
architect will be
That
in charge of that process.
Right.
Well, there are two, just to separate this out.
But then that has to be paid, once the architect's involved, we can't have general fund monies being spent to do that.
Well, there are two different things here. One is what's the CCAC and city council doing, and two is what's the fundraising. So
Right.
on the
That's last
CCAC
week's
city
Right.
council project, if we go have outreach in Old Brook Palmer Park,
We can participate.
yeah, so it's no
It's just
issue.
the fundraising side of things.
It's only two separate
that's-
things.
They're just gonna be,
Yeah, the
Two
fundraising,
separate.
Don't
yeah, two
confuse
separate
them.
things.
Right.
So what, Dee Dee, what I hear you saying, I think Elizabeth, it's saying, yeah, is the marketing materials come later when we get an architect.
no.
What do they come?
Developing our marketing
The
materials.
visual
The-
aids
The
come later.
fundraising, marketing
We're
materials.
developing those.
The message and all that, so the text we're working on now, that's starting
The
to
whole
generate
fundraising, You
now.
know, the package you didn't like, you saw.
Yeah, but in terms of, but any additional sort of touch and feel things, like here's a pretty building, or here's a whatever, that comes later.
That comes
That
later.
comes later, we don't even have an architect on.
And that will get generated out of CCAC.
Yeah, and staff will participate as
And
much as we
then,
need
and
to.
then they give it to the
Yeah.
fundraising committee to do whatever they do with it.
Exactly.
Okay.
We have copies of the materials that were approved by the council for the master plan,
Okay.
and we just use them.
And if the fundraising group wants to get feedback on the message that's being developed, it'll circulate it in an appropriate way.
It'll be us, we have to figure it out. who we
Okay.
say, Right?
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we want to create an ad hoc design oversight committee, or is that going to be part of the charter of the CCAC?
My God, has it worked pretty well the last time?
That kind
It
of.
worked really well out.
I think everybody the one that I think wants to be ad hoc is the project management, because it's gonna be boring. To oversee the project manager and the grind, just in between meetings, there's gonna be a lot of back and
I
forth.
see that as very technical, and I mean, I see people like, you know, the three of you that are much more technical on that should be working on that.
For example, the difference would be, I think everybody here wants to be a part of the design process, and present it, and listen, and talk, and vote, and they don't want a subcommittee saying, we want to be the best, that'd be my gut. But separately from that, I think on the project manager, so we're gonna issue an RFP, and it's gonna come in, and and June 18th, we're interviewing people, I don't think this whole room wants to be in
We did it for
Project management.
people.
Yeah,
for project manager interviews.
Sure.
Really?
I would, well, see, I would
Okay.
think that if you had a project
You
management,
think so?
a
Okay,
project
okay.
management ad hoc committee,